Mississauga detached home dropped over $148,000 in the last 12 months, but Brampton correction goes way deeper once you factor in the student rental collapse, investor speculation, and a surge in power of sale listing. This is your November 2025 market update for Mississauga and Brampton, and the two market could not be more different. Home prices are down in both cities, but for totally different reason, and that's what people are missing. Mississauga is taking a hit mainly because of pure market pressure, higher rates, soft demand, and buyers being way more selective. Brampton, on the other hand, has this whole extra layer on top of the correction. You have empty student rentals, investors who stretch themselves thin, and way more distress listings in the system. So in today's update, I'm breaking down the actual TRREB numbers for November, plus what's really happening on the ground, where prices are moving, what buyers are doing, what sellers are facing, and why there's a gap between these two. Market keeps getting wider and wider. My name is Fawad Nasari. I'm a real estate broker here in the GTA. I make videos to help buyers and sellers understand what's actually happening in this market. So if you want to stay informed, consider subscribing. Looking at Mississauga, Mississauga tells a very different and clear story this year. Detached homes took a really bad hit. Last November, the median price of a detached home was $1,340,000. And this November, it's roughly around $1,192,000. That's roughly $148,000 down in 12 months. Now, that's a serious move, and I'm sure sellers are feeling it. Buyers, they finally have leverage again. Now, in terms of semi-detached prices also came down from 957,000 to around 932,000. But if you zoom out and look all the way to 2022, a semi-detached home was selling around $1.3 million. A detached home was selling around $1.72 million. So there's a difference of over $580,000 for detached and roughly around $400,000 for semi-detached. Of course, there's not a dramatic drop compared to detached houses just for this month, but if you zoom out, you will know the difference between the two. Now, freehold townhouse also pulled back. They were around $915,000 last year, and now they are selling around $840,000. So roughly $75,000 down. Townhouses are the entry-level family product, and a lot of buyers who are getting into the market, first-time home buyers, they're most likely be looking at townhouses. But despite that, even townhouses are still coming down. In 2022, the median price of a townhouse was around $1.2 million, $1.25 million. Now, condo townhouses also came down from $781,000 to $700,000. So that's more than $80,000 drop. And looking at the condo apartment, they fell down from $580,000 to roughly $512,000, so close to $70,000 down. And when you look at the activity behind all this, it makes perfect sense. Mississauga had about 400 sales in November, but over 1,000 new listings and more than 2,200 active listings in the market. Now, months of inventory is also around 3.5 to 4 months range, which kind of gets you in around buyer's market. Now, homes are taking about 35 days to sell. Again, buyers have more options because there's a lot more inventory in the market, so it's taking a bit longer to sell. Let's talk about Brampton. Okay, because Brampton is very different. It's a different world. Detached homes in Brampton drop from about $1.1 million to $1 million. So it's actually $1,005,000. So detached homes are down around $95,000. But the median price doesn't really tell the whole story, because I looked at all the homes sold in November in Brampton. There were over 100 detached single-car garage sold in Brampton last month for under $850,000. So just because the median price is $1 million doesn't mean every single detached property is at $1 million mark. So don't make that mistake. I do have another video, and I'll go through all the listings that sold under $750,000 in Brampton, and there were over 80 properties sold in the last 30 days under $750,000. So just because the median price is over $1 million doesn't mean every single one is going to sell for over $1 million. Freehold townhouse also dropped from $830,000 to $777,000. Again, just like detached homes, there are also townhouses that are selling for well under $700,000. Majority of them are around $650,000, $685,000 range. Now, in terms of condo apartment, another segment that keeps going down in Brampton, condos moved from $500,000 to $456,000 for the month of November. So if you look at it, every segment is down, but I don't think this is a surprise anymore. The theme of 2025 real estate market has been a downturn market. Brampton had about 380 sales for the month of November and over 1,000 new listings and almost over 2,000 active listings currently on the TRREB system. Same month of inventory as Mississauga, around 3.5 to 4 months of inventory, a lot of distressed or tired investors listings, so a lot of price cuts. And here's where things really separate the two market. For years, the Brampton market was built on the student rental model and a lot of speculation. People will buy a big detached house, cut it out, fill it up with 8, 10, 12 people, students paying somewhere between $700 to $900 a room. And a lot of people used HELOC money, so money from their current residence, from their primary home, to get into these properties. And it worked. As long as the students kept coming, the mortgage was being paid and there was nothing wrong with it. But then everything changed. Student permits were capped. Ontario shuts down the private college partnership. The city cracks down on illegal rooming houses. Demand dropped. Vacancies went up. Now we've got landlords online saying their houses are half empty or completely empty, and the debt stayed exactly the same. Some of these owners are paying $2,000 to $4,000 negative cash flow per month to service that debt. That pressure is all over the market in Brampton. Brampton has over 75 power of sale listings right now. The only other city that has more power of sale than Brampton is the city of Toronto. And city of Toronto is 4 times bigger than Brampton. So price cuts are more aggressive, days on markets are rising again, and the tone online, Reddit, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, is full of landlords talking about being stuck underwater or looking for an exit. So when people ask which market is falling faster, Mississauga or Brampton, the answer is simple. Mississauga, it's just a different kind of market, okay? There's still demand in Mississauga. A lot of people are moving in Mississauga. It's correcting because of interest rate, but Brampton is correcting because of the entire investor engine collapse. Both are down, both favor buyers, but one is stable and the other one is under real pressure. Now, if you're planning to sell in the spring, the work needs to start now. Fix the small things, clean the house, declutter, have a real pricing conversation with a real estate agent, or you can book a call with me to go over this. Regardless, the seller who get ahead of the spring wave usually get the best result. The ones who wait until the market is flooded end up chasing the competition downward. As for the buyers, this is the first time in years where you could actually breathe. You have selections, you have leverage, and you're not competing with 20 other offers. So use this window to educate yourself, get your pre-approval properly, understand your budget and today's rate, and then you can move confidently when the right home shows up, when it's the right time for you. Again, if you're trying to figure out what's the right move for you, you can reach out, use the link in the first description to book a call, and we can go over everything with you. If you're finding these breakdowns helpful, consider subscribing. It really helps support the channel and helps me keep bringing real updates without the fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.